Saturday. Just kidding. Woo! This is gonna be so fun. My name's Grace. I'm your first comedian tonight. So my goal is kind of just to like warm you guys up, get it going. How does that sound? Good. Okay, here we go. I've lived in Chicago for 6 years. Clap if you are from Chicago. Yes? And the suburbs, they count tonight. That totally counts. Because I know some of you are liars. I am moving though in 2 weeks. I'm moving to LA. Yes, I'm selling out. I'm so excited. I feel like people like, Chicago's known for like, its hot dogs, and New York is known for its pizza, and then LA is known for like its eating disorders. I'm gonna fit right in. I have so many problems. Tumblr gave me an eating disorder. Okay, the girls, I gotta get it. Yeah. Do you guys do coke? I feel like this is so important just to get right off the bat if we do it or not. I really like to be able to read a crowd, and I think that I can read the crowd. I'm a bit of an empath. I am an empath. I'm literally an empath. No, really, you guys, like when I watch porn, I get horny. Some of you are slow. I like that. That's fun. But Coke is fun. That's an impression of me talking to my doctor. It's just fun. Clap, do me a favor, clap if you've never done Coke. Yes. Oh, wow, okay. I didn't know you guys were poor. I'm kidding. Listen, Coke is fun. I have to say, like, it is. I don't sell it. I don't. That would be good merch, though, after the show. Very eco-friendly. No, but okay. So if you've never done Coke, for the poor people in the room tonight, if you've never done Coke, my advice for you is to do Coke. And I'm so for real when I say that. Okay, life is short. Make it go faster. Let's speed it up. Yeah. And here's my policy with drugs, and clap if you agree with me. I do not do drugs unless someone offers them to me. Yes. Okay. Let's go. And I don't know about you, but I personally am just a magnet for abundance. I don't chase, I attract. What's meant for me will find me. Yeah. And my nostrils. You guys don't manifest. That's interesting. Are you like generationally wealthy? We'll find that out later. My other favorite drug, second to cocaine, is probably Plan B. I don't even consider it a drug. I think of her as more like a vitamin, you know? Technically prenatal. That is funny, thank you. Clap if you've done Plan B. Clap if you've done that one. Yes, okay. Whore. Republicans, get them. Do we have any repubs in the house tonight? Any publicans? None. Wow, I feel safe. That's cool. They're crazy for that. None of this is real. But Plan B is cool. I used to take a lot of Plan B. I'm on a no-fly list now. They're like, cut this bitch off. And here's the thing, if I could rename it, I wouldn't call it Plan B, I would call it Step 2. Okay. Step 1, have some fun. Step 2, face the music. You did this. Slay queen, literally. You guys get up to speed, come on. Do some coke and keep up. Yeah, drugs are fun. My favorite drug is love. I've realized I'm quite the lover girl. I'm a lover girl. Anyone else here a lover girl? Yes, it's cute. I love being a lover girl. I recently learned though that is another word for whore. And she's like, I take it back. And I've learned you can't take anything back. I am a lover girl. I broke up with a man about a year ago. Yes, I broke up with a man. He didn't kill me. Woo! It was great. No, it was awesome. Is anyone here on a date tonight? Clap if you're here on a date. I feel like, yes, you have a ring? You fiance, husband, I love, okay, cool. You haven't laughed at anything I've said. He's still not laughing. You're intense. You're very intense. It's giving Scorpio. Oh, English is a second language. Okay, and I'm talking so fast. I'm so sorry. I'm going like 100 miles a minute. But I love that you guys are here. Give it up for love. So happy for you guys, but I broke up. So way to rub it in. Yes, no, I dated a guy for 2.5 years, and I learned during that time that I totally have a type. Does anyone here have a type? Feel free to yell it out.
Mustache and hot.
Mustache and hot. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Nerdy computer science. That's insane. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you. Big titty golf bitches. I think you're like the man for that. That's so real. I love that. My type is married. I'm kidding. Can you imagine? That would be crazy. Not yet. I'm not in that era of my life yet. I'll home wreck. I am never gonna own a home. I might as well wreck one. Sorry. No, my type is a golden retriever guy. That's my type, yes. And for anybody confused, I do not date dogs, okay? I'm not one of those white women, but I love dating a guy that like exudes the energy of a golden retriever, because I don't know if you guys can tell, I exude the energy of a woman who walked straight out of a tampon commercial. That's me hitting a tennis ball while bleeding. Yeah. It's fun. So yeah, golden retriever boyfriend, tampon commercial girlfriend. Together, we were an ad for antidepressants. It was really beautiful, really good relationship. We were working on communication towards the end, huge part of any relationship. So it's why I finally gave him those buttons to talk. I was a good girlfriend, yeah. I gave him 2 buttons, one that said yes, queen, and one that said potty. Because in my house, your only 2 options are hype me up or go shit outside. It is, thank you. And it is. You know what? How do you feel about dogs talking now, you guys? Dogs with buttons? Does anyone here not know what that is? So dogs can talk now because it's crazy dogs can talk, right? Like first it was women, now dogs, what? That's too far. What's next? Actually, I think we should give dogs guns, but anyway. Let's arm them. Yeah. But the dogs that we're giving buttons to, I think we're giving them to like the wrong dogs. We're only giving buttons to the happy dogs, you know, like the golden retrievers, the Labradors, the doodles or whatever. I really want to give buttons to one of those little white dogs. You know, the ones with the really crusty eyes. I want to let them speak. Because I just know that they would be like, euthanize me, euthanize me. I'm not wrong. Yeah. Speaking of dogs, though, men are great. I love the fellas. Where my boys at tonight? Where the boys? I know, I love it. You guys always make that noise. The ooh, ooh. It's like, it's so cute because they never ask you to. I love it. It's so endearing. I love men. I think you guys rock. I love your guys' culture. I love it. Like, I love the pew pew. And I love the thing you guys do where you pretend to be surprised by the consequences of your actions. I love that one. I really do. I really do. I love male fashion. It's so cool. You know, God gave you something and you guys are just working with it. And that's so beautiful, Pop Off King. I used to work in corporate America, and that's where I got a really good look at male fashion. Clap if you're a corporate man in America. Okay. Someone say you gotta clap. I love that. That's big top energy. I love that. She pegs you. And if she doesn't, she should. So you're a man in corporate America. Are you in tech? What do you do? That's tech. That was the most man thing ever. Are you in tech? Data analytics. No, that's cool. So you do technological things. I love it. Okay, I used to work in tech. That was my corporate job. I left it though a year and a half ago to do comedy full time. Yeah. Thanks, guys. I got fired. Whoops. She believed she could, so she did. And nevertheless, she persisted. And I'm gonna owe a lot of money. I liked working in tech. It was fun. It was really fun. I loved being a woman in tech. Loved being a woman in tech. Even though I got fired, I still identify as a woman in tech. Yes, because I have a vibrator. Yeah. Oh, good. We have more women in tech here tonight. Yeah. I want to be the first to tell you, welcome. It's cool. I loved working with the fellas in tech. Tech was very male-dominated, so was stand-up, and so I loved the male fashion in the corporate scene. All of the guys, they wear this thing. It's called a Patagonia. Okay, we've heard of them, and if you haven't, please pull over. It comes in 80 different colors and patterns, and I think it's beautiful. It's like peak male self-expression at its finest, and I stand by it because anytime I see a man wearing a Patagonia, I know to cover my drink. And if it's a vest, I'll hide my drywall too. Okay, crowd work time. Hi, King. And have you ever punched drywall? Maybe. We'll say yes. Oh, I thought somebody was saying something to me. Okay, cool. What about you? I love it, men, never listening. I'm kidding. Have you ever punched drywall? For what, a woman? For the glass ceiling? That's so funny. Women have to break through the glass ceiling, but men just have to break through drywall. Isn't that a metaphor? I want to break the glass ceiling so that I can shank someone with it. Okay. Sorry, that was an intrusive thought. They pop in sometimes. Cool. Well, I think, men, if you have punched drywall, I forgive you. You're released of your sins. I think there's a Venn diagram of men that have punched drywall and men that really want to tell you about crypto. Yes. What's going on out there? Sorry, I think I have ADHD. Okay, I'm back. Noises. Okay, so yeah. Okay, I gotta start that over because tag. Okay, ready? I didn't say anything. Forget. Keep it together, Connor. Okay. I'm a psychic. I just know his name. Okay. There's a Venn diagram of men that have punched drywall and men that really want to tell you about crypto. Okay. That's right. You've never heard that before. And the middle of that Venn diagram is a hole in the wall. Okay, whatever. I tried. Yeah. No, I love crypto. I'll say it. I pledge allegiance. I love crypto. I love Bitcoin. I think it's so important for men to play, And I can really empathize with it because I was very into Webkins as a kid. Yeah, so I have built an economy. Do you guys believe in the economy? Yeah, let's talk about it, because this is the time. Clap if you believe in the economy. Okay, those are the Republicans. Tariffs. That tariff would be a beautiful name, I'm just saying. Okay. And then clap if you believe in astrology. How about that? Yes, okay, yes, because that's science, yes. Absolutely, I'm right there with you. I just love when people believe in the economy but don't believe in astrology. It's like, what do you think controls the markets, babe? The stars. They control everything. They do. They do. What? Virgos. I have a joke. You guys might hate it. Here we go. How do you guys feel about 9/11? Negative. Are you okay? Like, I'm open to a joke about it. It's not, I don't think it's offensive. Well, if it is, grow up. I'm kidding. It's okay. Your feelings are valid. Okay, so 9/11 was what, on September 11th? And so that makes her a Virgo, which makes so much sense because she was organized. That's just for the people who have CoStar on their phones. That's it. That's it. I have another one-liner. How about this, you guys? What's Leonardo DiCaprio's favorite production company? A24. There we go. Okay, I'm just killing myself. I'm kidding. Oh yeah, we were talking about the stars though. I do think the stars control a lot. I really do. I'm a big fan. The stars, the moon, all that. Everybody does ask me like where I get all of my energy because I have a lot, and it's like cocaine, the moon. I love the moon, and I love Coke too. And if you ask me, cocaine is just shaved moon. I stand by it. And that's why white women love it so much. Yeah, they gave me the light though, so I gotta go. They're trying to silence women. That's crazy. Was I silent or silenced? Let's see, what do I want to end with here? I feel like I talked quite a bit about men. Here's the thing, I got two things to say about this. I gotta land the plane now. I'm wrapping up my set, I gotta land the plane. Unlike these pilots, am I right? Here we go. This is the big closer. You better like it. Otherwise my career is over. This year, I am decentering the men in my life. Yes. Yes, so you know what that means. I'm getting Eiffel Towered a lot more. Do you guys know what that is? Okay, some of you will have a fun train trip home. I'm gonna hand the mic off, I can get it back. My name is Grace Bahler. You guys have been so fun. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks, guys. He's so funny. He's a staple in the Chicago scene. You may have heard of him from Humble Jungle. You guys are gonna freak out, so start clapping right now. Come on, clap. Freak out for Joe Eames.
Yes. Hey, keep it going for Grace Bahler, everybody. Let her hear it. Murdering. They told me I could be anything I wanted when I grew up, and I chose this. That feels like a personal attack. You guys seem to be doing well, but this is, did you guys know where this is from? You know where this quote is from? Oh, all right. These were Katy Perry's first words when she landed on the moon. Pretty cool. Bet you guys didn't think the comedian would know more than you, but here we are. God, we all wanted it to blow up, right? I know there was like one neuroscientist or whatever, but like if that thing just kaboom, that I wouldn't have to write a joke for 6 months at least. I've noticed that there's like an inverted relationship. Like, so when someone dies in a disaster, there's imagine an XY axis. I feel the further someone is from the Earth's surface, the less bad I feel if they go kaboom, you know? Like when the billionaires went to the Titanic, heartbroken. They were just kids. They had so much life ahead of them. I hope I die soon. No, I'm sorry, I'm having a week. Every time I post a joke on TikTok, hundreds of teenagers say I look like Kyle Rittenhouse. And there's like a lot of attractive women in this room just laughing in my face. The fact that I look like Kyle fucking Rittenhouse. Silencing men. All right. No, it's in order to like stop looking like Kyle Rittenhouse, I have to lose weight. Kyle's a little fat kid, you know? And, yeah. And in order to like lose weight, I'm gonna have to hire like a personal trainer, you know? I don't have the discipline to do that myself. Do you know what happens when you hire a personal trainer? First question, first day, they're like, hey, what are your fitness goals? I'm gonna have to be like, oh, do you know who Kyle Rittenhouse? I wanna not look like that anymore. I don't know. Kyle's a weird kid. I was a weird kid too. I can't judge. I didn't murder anyone, but I don't know. I used to do this thing when I was a kid where, sorry to be gross in such a beautiful space, but whenever I had to poo, I would hold it as long as I could, and then I would shit my pants. Is that? Listen, I know you're all dressed well and like doing well in life. Every person in this room has shit their pants. All of you. Sarah in the all-black suit. Probably not recently, but we've all shit ourselves before. I used to do this thing where it happened one time, but I was wearing my like favorite Batman underwear. And I think the worst thing about shitting your pants when you're a kid, do you remember like having to like loop people in? You know what I'm saying? You'd have to like interrupt your mom's conversation. Just be like, hey, what's going on? I shit my pants, so we're gonna have to figure that out. So I couldn't take the embarrassment anymore, couldn't take the shame. So one time, I was wearing my favorite Batman underwear and I just filled them with shit. And I took them and I hid them in my room. Don't worry. About a week later, it was like the dead of night, and so my dad was out of town on business, my mom was asleep, my siblings were asleep, so I was like, all right, now's my chance. And I went and got the shitty underwear. And I went to my garage, and I got a shovel. And then I went in my backyard, and I dug a hole, and I buried my shitty Batman underwear. And I was like, oh, cool, the perfect crime, you know? And then I filled up the hole. I was 4 years old. This took 2.5 hours. And so when I was finally done, the sun was coming up, and I'm just standing there in my backyard. And when I turned around to put the shovel back in the garage, my dad was standing there. He was just looking at me. And his side of the story is really funny because he was out of town. He landed at O'Hare, got in a cab, came home. He's walking inside. He's like, oh, I can't wait to go inside. And then he was like, yeah. And then I look in the backyard. I see my little baby boy standing there in footy pajamas, sweaty and dirty and holding a shovel. And he was like, yeah, that was the first time I ever looked at you and went, this kid's got his own stuff going on. I thought it was just baseball. Turns out this kid's fighting some demons, so. He was like, hey, what are you doing? I started crying. I was like, I pooped my pants, I buried my underwear. And he was like, so you didn't kill an animal? Because that's kind of the whole concern when you got a young white boy not being a serial killer. But no, I don't poop my pants anymore, artist Replete. No, I'm 34. I turned 34 like a month ago, so it's over. It's a wrap on me. I'm starting to get like tricked on the internet. I thought that was 30 years. That's mom and dad shit. Like I'm being very vulnerable right now. The other day I saw what turned out to be an AI photo, and it was of pop star Taylor Swift making out with North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. And for half a second I was like, yo, no way, dude. Trav is gonna be furious. But no, I am trying to like improve myself now that I'm 34. My only goal for this year is to become like a hot guy. I think that's fucked up to laugh at, but that's really my one goal. Yeah, and it's important to like set metrics for those goals. Like this is how hot I want to be. I want to be hot enough that if I shot and killed the CEO of a health insurance company, if I did that, gay men on the internet would defend me. Do you remember that? Do you remember when everyone saw Luigi's mugshot for the first time? Yeah, straight women were like, he's hot. Gay guys were like, he was with me from 6 a.m. until 9 p.m. on the day in question. No, I don't know. The NFL draft is in a week. I'll see you guys at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll watch the whole thing. I don't know. It's funny, even if you don't like sports, the NFL draft is really cool because, college players are starting to get paid now, but forever they made $0. And most of these kids are coming from some of the most impoverished communities in this country. They come from nothing. And on draft night, 32 of them are minutes away from becoming millionaires. And so they're there, their parents are there, the media's there. And every year they interview all the players, obviously, but they also interview a lot of the moms. And every single year, without fail, at least one mom will tell the same story. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, where it's like, son just gets drafted, and the mom's like, I remember when Michael was 6 years old. I was working 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. I got laid off from one of those jobs, and I was sitting at the kitchen table, bills all over the table, and I was crying. I didn't know how I was gonna feed my kids. And Michael walked up and he put his hand on my shoulder. He was 6 years old, and he said, don't worry, Mom. One day I'm gonna play in the NFL, and I'm gonna buy you a house, and you'll never have to worry about money ever again. And here we are at the draft. Michael kept his promise. Everyone's crying. It's beautiful. It's also kind of annoying, because I said the exact same shit to my mom, and I told her I could be anything I wanted, and I chose this. That must have made things so much worse for my poor mom, to just be sitting there worried about money, and then her stupid white son just walks up like, hey Mom, 2 things. First of all, shit my pants again. Second of all, you don't have to worry about money anymore. So that's how I think if your parents loved you, is if they didn't laugh in your face when you told them how your life was gonna go. I remember one time telling my dad, I was like, Dad, when I grow up, I'm gonna play for the Bears, the Bulls, and the Cubs. How was he not just like, buddy, shut the fuck up? You're gonna sell software, buddy. It's not a joke, I sell software. Would love to do this full time, but I also like living indoors, so gotta pick your battles. Now, I work in tech sales, I sell software, and I get fired a lot because, well, 2 things. One, they get all mad when you don't sell anything. That's a big pet peeve in sales. But then another thing that gets me in trouble is this thing called Slack. You guys, yeah. Yes. We've got jobs. And so let's say hypothetically, this story took place at a company named Glassdoor at 1330 West Fulton Street. And So Glassdoor, global company, and they had, Slack threads where it's like, your team, your department, your vertical, whatever. There was one, and it was for emergencies only. And when you posted in it, all 900 Glassdoor employees got a notification all at the same time. And so it only got posted in 3 times. The first time was a guy from IT, and he was like, hey, welcome to Slack, never, ever post in here. Ever. And then the second time was a lady from HR, and she was like, hey everyone, due to rising case numbers, please take your laptops home until we figure out this COVID thing. And then the third time was me. And just a little context, a little background for you guys. In the late 70s and early 80s, there was a state treasurer for the state. I don't know why I'm doing the Bill Clinton thumb thing. There was a state treasurer for the state of Pennsylvania. His name was Bud Dwyer. And Bud got caught up in a bribery scandal where he not only had to resign the office, but he was going to jail. Bud was in a lot of trouble. And so he called a press conference to announce his resignation. They broadcast it on live TV. And at this press conference, on live television, Bud Dwyer pulled out a gun and shot himself. I know. And so because it was on live TV, that means there's a video on the internet of Bud Dwyer pulling a gun out of a bag and kaboom. So anyways, I posted that video. For 900 coworkers. And was just like, God damn, Mondays, am I right? Yeah, they fired me pretty quickly after that. It wasn't the last straw, so I got fired for not selling anything. But in my exit interview, they were like, hey, so you never hit your quota, and also there was the whole Dwyer incident. Also, that was a Thursday. Why would you? I took special ed class. I don't know how to transition. I took special ed classes growing up. The first one I ever took, I went to like a Catholic school where they didn't give a shit about our feelings. So they broke us up into 3 groups for math, and I swear to God, they named them high math, medium math, and low math. So it said low math on my report card. Here's how the curriculum broke down. At one point, high math was learning algebra. Medium math was learning pre-algebra. And I swear to God, my friends and I in low math were counting beans. That's how I learned math. They told me I could be anything I wanted. Dude, I felt so bad for my teacher. Teacher for high math was like, hey guys, be sure to bring in your TI-83 calculators. Teacher for low math was like, Joe, they gotta be dry beans. You can't dump a whole can of Bush's honey barbecue butter baked beans. I'll never forget one time I was adding 2 beans plus 3 beans. This was our midterm. And I was in the lab crunching some numbers, and our teacher came in and she was like, hey everyone, it's been brought to our attention that calling this low math is bad for your self-esteem. So going forward, high math is level 1 math, medium math is level 2 math, and you guys, level 3 math. And all of us looked around like, yeah, pretty sure 3 beans is more than 1 bean, so guess we're in this superior course. We started bullying everyone. That's not how school works, you know? Just the special ed kids run amok. We started bullying everyone. We're like, yeah, we're going Mach 3. Yeah, I'm calling it Code 3. And then one day everyone started calling us level 3 tards. And yeah, have you ever been getting bullied and you're like, fuck, that's good. That's a good one. And it's like, thanks for laughing. People don't always laugh at that one. And I get it. That is not a cool word to throw around in 2025. 2005, the teachers were like, you should make shirts. That's... I took special ed classes in college too. You know, they do that. It's called community college. And I went to a community college and then I went to a 4-year university. And there's funny differences between the two. My favorite example is I took creative writing classes everywhere. I got an English degree. I like writing. It was also just like an easy C+. And the creative writing classes at college are interesting because everyone in that classroom is a college student. But at a suburban community college creative writing class, I'm not making this up, most of the people in that class are women in their 50s and 60s who have recently lost their husband. And they're like working through it. It's like a pass-fail support group. And so there was like 19-year-old me, just so fucking high. And then 14 bereaved widows. So sharing with the class sucked. That was, dude, they would write the saddest thing. I swear to God, one time a woman, instead of, because what we would do is we would get a prompt, and everyone would share their essays one after the other, and then we would talk about it at the end. And one time the prompt was, ask a question you don't know the answer to. And this woman, Shannon, went first. And the question she asked, in a letter, not an essay, but a letter to her dead husband, the question asked was, will I ever see you again? And then I went second. So Shannon's essay basically ended with like, the girls miss you. Just fucking the saddest shit you've ever heard in your life. And at the end she was like, will I ever see you again? I hope so. Joe? And I'm not making this up. My essay just went, thank you, Shannon, that was beautiful. For years, people have asked, which Batmobile is the best mobile? I'm not making this up. The teacher was like, why don't we take a break? Why don't we chill for a minute? And then I went first from then on. So I got a new job recently, and I got health insurance. I'm working for like a startup, so it's just dog shit health insurance. And like here, I got a primary care provider in Logan Square, and who laughed at that? And no, it's a really cool doctor's office. The first time I went, I didn't realize until I got there that, so it's a doctor's office / Boost Mobile store, and it's pretty cool. My doctor like visibly got hair plugs. He's like well into his 50s, and it looked like he flew to Turkey, got hair plugs, landed at O'Hare, and then walked straight to the room I was in. Just a million bloody holes with individual strands of hair. I was like, dude, is my doctor like actively trying to get pussy? Like, isn't it over? That's what I want. I want a doctor who's like, yeah, the wife, you know, like this guy's, all right, we'll figure that one out. I saw a guy salute a cop the other day. Could you imagine being a bigger pussy? Like, this wasn't a kid waiting for the bus the day after 9/11. This was a grown man. And it wasn't even a cop to his face. He saluted a cop car going 35 miles an hour. I saw that and I was like, I think I could fuck that guy's wife today. I don't think. He's one of those guys who thinks all cops are good at their jobs, just across the board. All cops are great at what they do. I disagree, respectfully. Not really. If every cop is so good at his job, why do I have 0 DUIs? They're supposed to serve and protect. I've lost my car before, okay? I tried so hard. Listen, I tried really hard to write a good cop joke because I want people like you guys to like me. But it's hard. It's hard for me to make fun of cops, okay? I'm a 5'9" Irish dude who played high school football and then flunked out of community college. Okay, I'm technically a Chicago police officer. All right, I'm Joe Eames. They told me I could be anything I wanted, and I chose this. So thanks so much.
How is everybody? Ma'am, goodbye. You're clearly a racist. You don't want to hear my stand-up? Fuck you. Go to the Lego store and take a dump or whatever it is you're going to do. Hello, how is everybody? Whose stuff is this? Joe? Yeah. Why do you have white power written in your book so much? You selling Josh? You got Josh white wine back there? Hell yeah. Who's drinking a glass of Josh? You? Oh, I hit you real hard in the head. I got him right in the head. Are you my dad? What are you doing? I don't like this. We're not in Glendale, California, Sarah. You're Armenian. Get back to your home base. Button up a couple buttons. I don't want to stare at that taco meat all day. What are you doing? His chest hair. That wasn't a racial thing. Shut up. Where's this? Who snorted? Show yourself. That's embarrassing. Don't talk again. I'm not from this country. I'll hit a woman. Let's get... I'm just kidding. Rough start. Rough start to the show. How much does this one go for? I'm going to wipe a booger on it by the time the show's over. It'll go for more. Hello. I'm happy to be here. I've been out of commission. Hello. Second time you've disrupted. What the fuck? What is this, a marathon? She touched me. I don't like that. What are you getting, some Josh? Give her a Josh on me. Mix two kinds of Josh. I want her to double team Josh. Who hasn't? I've been out of commission for a while. I was in the hospital. I found out I had diabetes. If you're fat and you tell people you have diabetes, no one's surprised. I told people, and they were like, you don't already have it? Did you lose it and get it back? Did you get a new kind? Do you have type 4? What do you mean you have it? When they tell you you have diabetes, you think of all the meals that could have done it. I'm just sitting in a hospital. Hello, welcome. 2 Joshes. I was sitting in a hospital bed. They were like, you got diabetes? And I was like, which corn dog? Which corn dog is responsible? They told me I can't have any more rice. A white doctor told me I can't have any more rice. I was furious. I was like, find me another doctor. I don't want, this sounds like colonization somehow. I don't know why. I'm not a sociologist. I don't know what your game is. Go get me a Middle Eastern doctor. They found me a Middle Eastern doctor. He was like, you can't have rice. I had to go, I had to change doctors. I went to a new doctor. He's fatter than I am. I was furious. I didn't even think he was a doctor. I just thought he was another fat fuck waiting for a doctor. I was like, oh, they're doubling up on appointments. That makes sense. He's got the same problems. No, he was a doctor. He took out a chart. He was like, you have high blood pressure. It's like, motherfucker, we have high blood pressure. We need to leave here and go to a real doctor. We are in mortal danger. I'm calling us an Uber XL. We gotta go, bro. I'm not taking fucking medical advice from you, you fat bastard. He was like, I'm board certified. It was like a fucking charcuterie board. Shut up. I mean, board certified? I hit you real hard in the head. Are you all right? You do have a little bit of a you're just very pasty. I don't know what's going on with you. Why are you so dressed up and he's not? I don't think this relationship's gonna work.
I'm working.
Oh, you're at work? Yeah. All right, yeah, you got a badge on. Hello. Okay, hello. Hello, you going to Riot Fest this year? You look like a Riot Fest kind of gal. You're not going to Riot Fest? Why? Is it too mainstream for you? What am I doing? Sir, hello. Why did I make fun of you earlier? You can beat me up. You look like a caveman. You got that caveman forehead going on. You're gonna beat the shit out of me later. Where are you from? You're Texan? Swear to God, I thought you were Armenian. You look Armenian. Are you sure you're not? Take a DNA test. Do me a favor. I don't know if they got they got the Lego store. Go in there and ask them about Armenians. What am I doing? You look just like me. I don't like that one bit. Go sit in the back. You look like you're here to warn me about something. It's freaking me out. Tell me about type 2 diabetes. Stop talking. You guys gonna buy? Are you guys tourists? Do you guys live here? Who is this show for? We're in the mall past hours. They closed. What are we doing? How are we gonna leave? This is a public school lock-in? What do you mean we're just at the mall? Let's open a store. Let's go take a dump in the American Girl store. You've done that before, haven't you? You took a number 2 at American Girl. Disgusting. Who are you texting? A funnier comic? What are you doing over there? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Who else would I be talking to? You're the only one texting. It's all right. I don't want to talk. I don't want to. I'm done talking to you. Buy some art and get out of here. Hey! You better be opening a bottle of Josh over there if you're making all that noise. Why are you so dressed up? Why are you so dressed up? You gonna go to Portillo's after this? You get dressed up? You were not at a funeral. Yeah, of course you weren't at a funeral. Got jeans and a coat. That's good. Are you a banker, or are you one of those poor guys that dresses rich?
General contractor.
Oh, so you build like porches and shit. Yeah. You're out there with the Polacks building porches, and you're wearing a suit like that? Okay, we can't dunk on the Polish real quick. We're in Chicago. I go to Casimir Pulaski Day every year. Yeah, I know about. Hey, all right. How you doing? Went to go Iraqi, never go backy. What do you think about that? We'd make beautiful children. You kind of look like me too. I'm Middle Eastern. Any other Middle Eastern folk in here? Okay, 3's the limit. That's it. Don't let any more in here. Any more come in here? This is technically a hookah lounge. Let's watch out. Any more come in here? We're going to start selling cell phone accessories. It's going to be bad. What kind of Middle Eastern are you guys? Oh, shit. Those are 2 warring factions. That's a beautiful love story, I hope. Okay, well, I apologize. Your parents are divorced and hate each other on like a beef from 200 years ago. That's crazy. Where are you from? I'm Persian. Hey, what's up? Salam. Hello. Hello. Cool. All right, 2 Persians. That's fucked up. Everyone here is leaving in a Honda if they're not careful. I'm not Muslim. You guys Muslim? No? All right. Are you guys technically Muslim? You just don't practice? Okay, yeah. I'm not Muslim. People don't like that. People don't like when you're not the religion you should be. Not because people are racist. People are just busy, right? People got a lot going on in their lives. Like, you meet a Chinese guy who's Jewish, you're like, great, I got to cancel my Uber. I got to figure this out. We got to get to the bottom of this mystery. We got to what went wrong, sir? How did this happen? I'm not Muslim. I'm Catholic. Let me blow your minds real quick. Yeah, all right. Couple angry, sir. Shut your jaw, all right? The Mexicans are happy. The Middle Eastern folk are unhappy. They got me, all right? I'll tell you how it happened. I started smoking weed. That's all that happened. I was 14. I was going to Catholic school. I was getting high in the Lord's parking lot. That's what I would do. Smoke a joint in the parking lot, go back to class. Eventually, they made everyone go to mass, even me. I'd go to church high as shit, just sit in the back, keep my mouth shut. I don't want to piss off Jesus. I don't think I'm allowed to be in there. But you ever go to Catholic Mass high? It's beautiful. They're drinking blood. They got a wizard back there. It's like watching Lord of the Rings. It's wonderful. I loved it. I don't know how they don't have better numbers. Probably because everyone's getting molested all the time. I never got molested. I don't know why. They never even tried. They were like, technically he's Muslim. That's haram. We can't touch him. He's too spicy for us. We gotta stick with the Irish kids. Roll meat and potatoes. Redheads. I got spared. I didn't do it. I love learning about the Bible. There's a lot of crazy shit in the Bible. You know Jesus punched a guy? He punched a guy. That's in the Bible. We learned about that in Catholic school. That's crazy because everyone else watched that go down and was like, hey, Jesus, you just hit a guy. Should we put that in the book that we're writing about you? And he was like, fuck yeah, leave it in. Let him know Jesus ain't no bitch. That's crazy. Could you imagine getting punched by Jesus? You go home, your alopecia's cured, you're not even mad anymore. You don't know what to think. He made me look like a punk out there. In his name, praise him, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit in the Bible. Like, what was Jesus' life like up until he did what he did? Was he just a normal dude going about his everyday life until an angel showed up and was like, hey, what's up? I'm friends with your dad. I got some bad news. You're going to want to sit down for this. That's a great chair. Did you make that chair? Listen, you're going to die. You're going to die a terrible death. But Mexicans are going to love you. They're going to name their kids after you. They're going to see you in tortillas. You're going to be on every candle in every carniceria. south of the Mason-Dixon. I don't think you realize how popular you're going to be in Mexico. He said yes. His only question, what's a Mexican? How would he know? They had to explain that to him. That's in the Bible. That's like Matthew chapter 6, verse 8. What's a Mexican? Why won't you look at me? Why are you looking at the art? Look at me. I'm the art right now. I didn't know it. Okay, you don't like me at all. You hate. You're so mad at me. I'm losing all the women in here. I'm gonna move to Dubai. You guys ever been to Dubai? It's like Jacksonville, Florida with Sharia law. It's the craziest place in the world. I'm going there in a couple months. Hello, sir. Congratulations being in Weezer or whatever you got going on. You guys, white folks, if I ever see white folks talking, I'm assuming they're talking about Severance. White people love Severance. I've never seen an episode. I just know you guys love it. You guys are either talking about that or cheese or something. I don't know what you guys are doing with your time. Cheese, right? You guys big fan. I was in Wisconsin yesterday doing some shows. They love cheese over there. Thick women in Wisconsin. That's my shit. Oh, I love it. I want to go. Yeah, I can go there and just get a bunch of thick Wisconsin wives. It'll look like I started a softball team that's just catchers. It'll be beautiful. That's stupid. That's a stupid joke. $6,200 for this microphone stand. Can you believe it? That's a crazy price. Thank you. Thank you, me from the future. I said that earlier. You guys didn't laugh. What do you laugh the second time? You unbutton a button. You unbutton, you button. Let's switch things up a little bit. You definitely unbutton. That's creepy. I apologize. You're very attractive, though. We'd do well together, I think. No, we wouldn't. You're right. She said no. She was like, I can't be seen in public with your big, fat, disgusting body. Hey, calm down. I get women like this. Some women like this. Women who had fat dads and watched too much Aladdin growing up. That's the kind of woman that likes this. If I meet a woman, I'm like, show me a picture of your dad. I'll put on the vest. Just show me a picture of your dad. Is he fat? Does he have type 2 diabetes like I do? I broke a chair at a party recently. Let me tell you, if you're fat and you break a chair, you're done sitting for the night. That's it. You've lost your sitting privileges. You got to stand the rest of the evening. I'm not risking it. I'm not breaking 2 chairs in one night. That's a spree. I'm end up on the news. The Jeffrey Dahmer of chairs. Like a skinny person breaks a chair, people are like, oh, look, a faulty chair. Someone better email the manufacturer, let them know. I break a chair, it's an ordeal. Amber alerts go off. People are like, where are my children? Are the Japanese bombing again? What's happening? You can't eat after you break a chair. You look guilty as shit. It's like returning to the scene of the crime. Oh, look, he's eating. We haven't learned a fucking thing. Look at him. Ma'am, goodbye. If you're chubby in Middle Eastern, the worst part of it is DJ Khaled is your only celebrity. That's all I have. That's all I get compared to. You guys have so many celebrities to choose from. Musicians, politicians, athletes, actors. I only have DJ Khaled. That's a fucking nightmare. He's an idiot. You know what it's like to have one celebrity you look like and he's an idiot? It sucks. I don't trust DJ Khaled. You know what his stage name was before it was DJ Khaled? It was DJ Arab Attack. You can look that up. He put that on his taxes. That's what he went by. The crazy thing is he changed his name to DJ Khaled right before 9/11, which means DJ Khaled totally knew about 9/11. Like he heard the news and he was like, one plane? No, another one. Add another one to the mix. You tried real hard not to laugh at that, sir, and I respect that. You're trying. I got him. I fucking got him. You still won't look at me. That's fine. That's all right. We're still at the mall. We're past hours. Everyone's gone. How mad is security? They got to stay overtime for this? Oh, yeah. Those poor minimum wage souls. All right. Make sure to buy some art. I got to go. You know it's illegal to give drugs to animals? I do it all the time. That's a weird law. Why can't I give a little pig cocaine once in a while? It happened. I was in a barn drinking, because sometimes if you got white friends, you end up in a barn. I was there. I was drinking. I reached into my pocket. I had a little bit of loose cocaine in a baggie. I took it out. I did a little bit. A pig came up to me. I gave him some too. He went. He got 3 of his friends. They all came back. We did it together. Just me and 3 pigs doing cocaine. It was beautiful. You ever read Animal Farm? That's not an allegory for capitalism or communism. That is about me giving 3 pigs cocaine and them learning to run a small business correctly. That's what that book is about. It was beautiful. Probably the worst thing I ever did, I gave a horse LSD. I'm not proud of that. That was terrible. I'll tell you how it happened. If you buy really good acid, it will come on a sugar cube. I was eating a sugar cube. I made eye contact with a horse, and I could tell the horse was like, hey, let me get one of those. So I approached the horse. I gave it a sugar cube. I was petting the horse. I was talking to it. I looked up. I realized there was somebody on the horse. It was a police officer. That's not my fault. I've never seen a horse and been like, oh shit, it's the cops. I see horse. I clock horse, all right? And this cop was bad at his job because he watched me approach his horse, give it a sugar cube, and the only thing he thought was this fat kid is so fat, he's got a baggie of sugar cubes in his pocket. He has skipped snacks and gone to the ingredients of snacks. He's cut out the middleman. He was a terrible cop. And then I got nervous. I was like, I just gave drugs to a cop on a cop. I gotta go. I gotta hide. I gotta leave the crime scene. I hid behind a tree, all right? And I started to feel bad. I was like, what if this horse went on a rampage or killed somebody or followed fish around all year on I don't know what horses do on acid. So I went back, I checked on the situation, everything was fine. The horse was fine, the cop was fine. And of course it was. This animal is 1,500 pounds. There's no way one sugar cube even did anything. So I gave it 2 more. I was like, here's 2 more. Go open that giant third eye of yours, little buddy. All right. I gotta go, I think. I don't know how much time I'm doing. I'm sweaty. I had to change my shirt before I came here. My first shirt had a stain on it. If you're fat, you can't leave the house with a stain on your shirt. No one gives you the benefit of the doubt. No one's like, oh, he was drinking a little bit of water. He spilled some on himself. Everyone's like, oh, he was drinking gravy out of a cup or something fat. He had melted butter in a thermos. It's not taken seriously. I'm scared of bugs. You see a lot of bugs in Chicago. I don't like bugs. I'm terrified of them, especially roaches. I tell that to people, and they're like, how are you scared of bugs? You're so much bigger than they are. Of course they are. That's the problem. They're tiny. I'm giant. There's millions of them. There's one of me. There could be a roach in here right now. We wouldn't even know it. That's crazy. I would much rather have a system where there's one giant cockroach in the state of Illinois, but everyone knows where it is all the time. Like you wake up and you turn on the news and they're like, oh, he's at 75th and Ashland. And you're like, perfect. I don't have any business down there. I'll go to another Popeyes. All right, I'm gonna bring up your headliner. We're gonna buy some art. It'll be a lot of fun. Are you good? You have a mild concussion? I hit you pretty hard. I hit the guy cut me a check really hard in that. Sorry, I hate yours.
Okay, bye everybody.
Oh no, he's the owner.
Woo is right. How we doing? Keep it going for everybody. Sohrab, Grace, Joe. I'm the end of the show. Just like 15 minutes left, then you can go pee. That's how it goes. I got to do a bunch of cool shit last year. I got to do some fun stuff. I got to go to Mexico and do shows for the first time. I've never done shows out of the country. That was fun. They flew me down to Cancun like a classy prostitute, you know? Some guy in a Hyundai picked me up. I was like, okay, this is nice. Where are you taking me? And I got down there and everything was going fine at the shows, except there were these 5 really angry Mexican women in the front row. And after the show, I went up to them. I was like, hey, ladies, is everything okay? And they were like, yeah, we just kind of thought the whole show was going to be in Spanish. I was like, oh. My name's Brad Kofman. The fuck you think that for? No refunds. And I started asking them where they were from because I was curious. I was like, where are you guys from? They're like, we're from here. I was like, cool. Where are you guys from? They're like, we're from London. I was like, great, welcome. I asked this couple in the back. I said, where are you guys from? They go, oh, we're from here. And I was like, yeah, but like, originally? And they go, no, we're actually from South Texas. We moved down here about 2.5, 3 years ago. We're expats. And I'd never heard that term before. So I asked them, I said, what is an expat? Apparently, expat is this cool little term that Americans use to get out of being called immigrants. I don't know if you knew that, yeah. Anybody who's from one country to another country, they're an immigrant. But a couple from South Texas does it. They're like, oh, God, no, we're not Mexican. We're expatriates. We're just down here on this side of the border keeping an eye on things. Uno más quesadilla, por favor. I'm like, what is that? Are you the world's fattest sleeper cell? What the fuck is going on here? I've been discovering all my friends who decided they don't want to have kids have all started doing the same hobby together.
It's cocaine? Yeah, I didn't know cocaine was coming back. I feel like I live in the 80s right now. I went down to Seattle to visit some friends, and they were like, hey, you want to go paddleboarding on the river? And I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds nice and relaxing. We get knee deep in the water, and my one buddy turns to me and he goes, hey, you want to do a key bump? And I was like, to go paddleboard and relax on the river? Fuck yeah, let's do that shit. When in Rome, baby, when in Rome. I was in an Uber in New Orleans, and the Uber driver turned to me and she was like, hey, by the way, don't do any coke in New Orleans. I was like, wild way to start a conversation in an Uber. But I was like, also why? I was curious. She goes, well, a lot of fentanyl in New Orleans. We have one good coke dealer. He's currently out of town. He's at a wedding. 2 people have died. Could you imagine the stress of being the one good coke dealer? You're like, my TT's getting married, but these people are gonna fucking suffer. The fuck do we do? I don't really mess around with drugs. I just smoke weed and drink. And I do some mushrooms occasionally. Smoke weed, drink, mushrooms. I guess sometimes cocaine. Smoke weed, drink, mushrooms, sometimes cocaine. Sprinkle a little acid in there. And then one time I did PCP by accident. So I don't really do drugs except for sometimes. But I don't really mess around with drugs too much. I don't really even like legal weed. I don't like legal weed. I like going places where it's not legal. Like, I like the access, but I don't love the entitlement, you know what I mean? Like, this whole younger generation only buying their weed at the store. No, thank you. I don't like that shit. I feel like as Americans, we are robbing these children of a childhood. You know, like, these kids will never show up to a closed-down CVS parking lot, you know? They're never getting in the back of an old 1997 Grand Am with no hubcaps. You know, a childhood. Talking to some paranoid guy who's like, hey, how much pizza do you want? And you have to sit there and be like, I will have an 1/8 of pizza, please. I don't know why they all did that. Like, who did they think we were fooling? The world's worst FBI agent? Just a dude in a surveillance van nearby. He's like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. We got bad intel, Rick. Dude has sold no marijuana, but he sold 8 3/4 pizzas. Fuck do we do? I'm starving. The Palace, London. Have you been there?
I lived there.
You live in London?
No, I did.
You did? And now you live here?
Yeah.
Amazing. What'd you like better?
Chicago.
Chicago. That was a lie. You know how I know it's a lie? You put sunglasses on your shirt. It was not even sunny today. That's just so nobody knows he's doing cocaine. I'm convinced everybody's on cocaine, Grace included. Grace has too much energy. I've never seen a normal person have that much energy. There needs to be substances involved. Sohrab can't do it anymore. He has diabetes. I assume that affects it. Do you do cocaine if you have diabetes? Did Sohrab leave? I don't know. He's somewhere. Don't worry about it, Sohrab. Shut up.
I'm back there eating a Snickers bar. I'm about to die.
Are you?
I got like 8 minutes left on her.
Oh, okay. Does cocaine affect diabetes?
Well, your heart's not. You're gonna have a heart attack.
You could have a heart attack.
Yeah,
So in the same way it affected you before the diabetes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Fair enough.
I told them that.
So we can still party.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I told them
Yeah.
at the hospital, I was like, can I still do cocaine? And they were like, no. You should never.
Look, I know it's not healthy, but is it worse now than before? Yeah.
Get me a cool doctor who will tell me that.
Yeah, you need like you need a cool doctor, man. You look like you could be a cool doctor. Are you a cool doctor? No. What is happening right now? Oh, English is a second language? I bet I speak your first language. What is it? Spanish? Nah, fuck no. You ever see that guy on TikTok who's like, what's your language? And then he speaks it? Yeah, I was gonna try and do that, but I only know one language. 2, I guess. I can speak English and very poor Nepali. Because there's no Nepali people in here, are there? So you guys don't know if I'm speaking it good or not. What the fuck was I talking about? I was talking about cocaine. Why was I talking about cocaine? Did you say woo? That's right. Let's party. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about cocaine. Speaking of cocaine, I saw a Mike Tyson interview recently that got me pretty excited. It was right before the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, and Mike Tyson goes on Anderson Cooper, and in the middle of the interview, Mike Tyson just takes off his shirt and throws it on the ground. And Anderson Cooper kind of did what we all would do. He goes, hey, Mike, you want to put your shirt back on? And Mike Tyson's just staring at the floor. He's like, I feel bad for what I'm gonna do to this boy. I'm gonna destroy this boy's soul. I feel bad for his mother. And I was like, oh shit, Mike is back. Let's go. And then I started watching old interviews of Mike Tyson. I found this really good one from the early 2000s where Mike goes on like national countrywide morning news and he sits down with the news anchor, and I guess the news anchor hit him with like a hardball question he wasn't expecting, and the news anchor just goes, hey Mike, do you think it was in bad taste for the mayor of New York to have been seen with you, considering he's currently up for re-election and you're currently on trial for sexual assault? And Mike just kind of sinks back at his seat and he looks at the news anchor and he goes, you know, you come off as a nice guy, but you're just really a rat piece of shit, you know that? And then the news anchor's like, Mike, we can't have that kind of language on national television. And Mike goes, the fuck you gonna do about it, you rat piece of shit motherfucker? Do something. Do something, motherfucker. And there's a moment where the news anchor stands up and looks over to security, and the camera pans to like these 3 security guards with walkie-talkies, and they're just standing there like, you fucking out of your mind, motherfucker? No fucking way. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die for CNN morning news. Shitty way to go out. I would die for WGN. WGN has my heart. Yeah. I would go, let's start a rally in here. The Jews! No, I'm just kidding. I'm Jewish, if you couldn't tell by my Jewy face. It means I get to say it. It means I get to talk shit about the Jews. You know what? You could be an honorary Jew if you have IBS and allergies. Yeah. I'm convinced that's why the Jews love Israel so much, because the minute they get there, they become these strong, handsome men. They're like, we're not giving this up. We don't have allergies or IBS here. No? Okay. All right, whatever. I'm going to try things out. Speaking of almost dying, I almost died the other day. I was on a flight from O'Hare to New York, and everything was going fine. It was kind of rainy, and then the pilot comes on, and he goes, due to weather, we're going to have to circle for about 35 minutes. We were like, okay, whatever, sucks. But shit happens. 2 hours goes by, 2 hours. The pilot comes back over the intercom and he goes, we circled too long. We ran out of fuel. We're all going, what the fuck? He goes, we have to divert the plane to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We're like, what does that mean? What the fuck's going on? Something ain't right. And then there's this girl 6 rows behind me as we're all talking. She just goes, they ain't telling us something. First it's the weather, now it's the fuel. Somebody's lying. And then all 180 people on the plane agree that she's lying, and somebody's lying. We're like, yes, somebody is lying. What the fuck is going on? We start texting people on the ground. We discover that there's a ground stop in New York, and we have to divert the plane to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Nobody can figure out why there's a ground stop, and we're all talking. And then this one guy on the plane just stands up in seat like 13B, and he goes, I know what's happening. We all look at him, and he goes, you guys remember during 9/11 when that one plane went to Pennsylvania to crash into the ground? I think that's what's happening here. And we're all like, oh, fuck, no. And the plane starts getting into Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you've ever been there, but there isn't shit there. There's nothing there. There was like a windmill, a cow, a river. I was like, where are they taking us? Where's the airport? Where's the town? Like, why are we going here? Are we going to crash into the ground is what we were all thinking. And we all start flying along this river. And in a plane, you can't see in front of you, obviously. You can just see to the sides. So I just see this river, and we're getting pretty low. Like, we're getting concerningly low. Like, people are starting to, like, pray. I could see fish from seat 17E. I was like, I should not be able to see fish from a United flight. This is weird. And we start getting close to the ground, and everybody's nervous. Like, people are on their phones with, like, their parents and their children going, something strange. I don't know what's happening. I love you. And then in that moment, that lady 6 rows behind me just goes, we gonna crash in the water! Everybody starts screaming, right? Everybody. And this is what impressed me. I didn't know we knew how to do this. We all put our hands on the seat in front of us and just started screaming brace in unison. We're going brace, brace, brace. I was like, who taught us this? This wasn't part of the seatbelt oxygen mask instructions. Why do we all know how to do this? This is crazy. And then as we're doing that, the plane lands safely because we're all just fucking idiots. So the plane lands safely. We're like, oh, okay, well, that was embarrassing. Looking around. And then the pilot comes back over the intercom and he goes, we're going to be stuck on the tarmac here for about 8.5 hours. We're all like, okay, whatever. Just thank God we're alive. And then this lady 6 rows behind me just goes, you should have killed us, motherfucker! I'm going to get out of here in a minute, but before I do, I brought my guitar. Can I play a little guitar for you in this art gallery? Yeah? Fuck yeah. If you said no, I was going to do it anyway. Give me 1 second. You guys can clap while I get the guitar. Yeah. I actually don't know how to play guitar. I just bring this prop with me in hopes that I will one day learn. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll figure it out. That was for you, sir. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. I like to do this thing sometimes at shows where I play songs from movies and TV shows and see if people can guess where they're from. Shout it out if you know what this one is. The first one's easy. Yeah, who said that? Yeah, you got it. Are you Italian, sir?
I'm Irish.
You're Irish? Mm. He's the contractor? Is that synonymous with Irish people? Oh, you know he's Irish. He goes to the bar and he builds shit all day long.
It just means non-union.
It means non-union. You're not union?
No, I just was the Irish kind of thing.
Are you union?
No.
Oh, so you are non-union. So it's true. Are you lying to me? Are you fucking...
There you go.
Yeah. I don't think I'm smart enough and know enough about unions to continue this. I watch The Irishman. I know about Jimmy Hoffa. That's all I know, though. All right, see if you can guess this next one. It's kind of similar, but it's a little different. Yeah. It was Narcos. Soy el fuego que ame mujer, el Mustafa de Ratatouille, el Castillo. You guys figured it out. I don't speak any fucking Spanish. Like, not a goddamn word. But it doesn't matter, because it's easy to fake. These white people don't know the difference, you know? You throw a couple yo soys in there, a few mamas, a papa, sprinkle in a Guadalupe every once in a while. They don't fucking know. El Castillo de Rume de Soy, el Mustafa de Rata de Papa, el Elayo de Mestifo yo, me gusta de Guadalupe, Ranta de Fa Diablo. And now you're bilingual. That's what you learned. Yeah, I just taught you a whole language. That's courtesy of Chicago Public Schools. They keep cutting the budgets. That's how we speak Spanish in Chicago. You could do other languages too. You could do French. French is easy. You just put J's in front of everything. I'll show you French. This is French. J'ai du jante de jour, j'ai du jante de jour, j'ai du face de wa. Jean de J, Jean de gis de jour, Jean de gis de jour, j'ai du face de wa. And now you speak French. Now it's 3 languages I taught you. You could do Chinese too. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not that brave. No, not gonna cancel me that fast. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I drove in from Wisconsin from this, because I was doing a gig in Wisconsin. I don't know if you know this, do you ever notice that any city you drive to has a different don't drink and drive sign, and underneath it there's some like dumb pun? My favorite part about driving into Wisconsin is, I don't know if you know this, but the minute you get into Wisconsin, like you cross that bridge over the border, it says don't drink and drive, and underneath it, it just says cheers. Like, are they fucking with me? They're like, don't do it, but it is fucking Wisconsin. I don't know if you know this. I learned this because I was asking people at the show. Apparently, a DUI in Wisconsin is not an arrestable offense. Yeah, same face. I had the same fucking face. Yeah. What is 3? You get 3 strikes. You have 3 strikes? What the fuck is that? First of all, Illinois loophole. You get pulled over here, just beeline it to fucking Wisconsin. You make it across the border, you get in a ticket, baby. That's a fine. Second of all, what is that interaction like? The cop pulls you over. He's like, Brad, you are hammered. You blew a .91. Get home safe. A lot of drunks on the road. Here's your ticket. Like, the fuck? All right, I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to do a German song. I don't know if you guys have ever heard a German song. This is German. This is German. You'll get it when you know it. The Jews run the media. That's German. All right, thanks so much, guys. You've been a lot of fun. I'd say stick around, but I think you got to get the fuck out of here. Security's pissed. But this has been fun. We'll probably do it again sometime. Yeah, thank you. And buy some fucking art. This art's awesome. Shout out to Braxton, who put all this together. Braxton Fuller. Give it up for this great artwork. Buy it, hang out, come back. We love you, and we'll see you later.